Time to light this candle. It's the ShopNotes Podcast, episode number 265, if you can believe it. I'm your host, Phil Huber, joined with Logan Whitmer. We've sent John Doyle on assignment for an extended spring break recon mission. So today, in his place, we have special guest Jamie Harpster from Plain Wellness to chat with us about upcoming events and the new and exciting things that he's working on. So welcome, Jamie, and well, welcome to you too, Logan.
Oh, thank you.
He doesn't need a welcome. He doesn't need a I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'll say, do I have to be here? Like, is this required?
Yeah.
It is.
I feel like I do have to welcome you back, Logan, because you've been out.
Yeah. I've been on photo shoots.
February was a big travel month for you, which seems weird.
Yeah, it's dumb. I mean, it is what it is, but no, it was. I just got back from shooting in Florida with Mr. Ralph Bagnall at Microjig.
Nice.
Yeah, so we did a game table, so like kind of a knockdown style game table. He's building it for his daughter, so it has to ship to her. I don't remember where she lives. He told me, but I don't remember. So it's like a dining table that top comes off, game surface underneath. So pretty cool. Yeah, it was interesting because we're shooting in the Microjig shop, and anytime you travel or you get to be on location with somebody that works, like we did not shoot this as Microjig. This is not a Microjig project. It just is Ralph. He happens to work for Microjig, and the shop is a little bit bigger, so that's where we shot it. And it's always interesting to me when you start working with somebody that works at a company like Microjig or like Woodpeckers, where like they intimately know the projects. Then you're like, oh, I've been using that wrong, or oh, I didn't know it could do that, or oh, I didn't know you had that. Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like, using the Microjig taper sled. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could attach the grippers to that. And like all this weird stuff that I'm like, I never knew. Like this all of a sudden opened my eyes like, oh, that's why that works like that. Or, oh, that's how that's used. So it was kind of fun. But no, it was cool. Great weather. I don't know if you guys could tell. I got a little bit of sunburn, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, I do see that on there.
Yep. And if you look real closely, it might be gone. My hat band was right across here because I wear my hat backwards, so I had a nice little crescent moon sunburn on my forehead. My wife told me it was very attractive. I don't think she actually meant it. So the following day at the pool, I very accurately applied sunscreen to the burnt area to get it to even out.
Oh my.
I'm picturing Logan standing in front of a mirror with a makeup brush, like
that's exactly it. He just doesn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Do not judge me. Do not judge me.
Too late.
Too late. Mm-hmm. All right, Jamie, as you could tell, things devolve around here really quickly. So let's dive in a little bit. Why don't you introduce yourself to listeners and viewers and a little bit of what you're about.
Okay. So I'm Jamie. My background is primarily in the mental health field. I would consider myself an intermediate woodworker. I am not somebody that's going to be showing some beautiful projects, and I'm still learning dovetails myself. But I did found Plain Wellness because I had two different hobbies of mental wellness and woodworking, and was trying to figure out how I can bring those two things together. And one night I just couldn't sleep, and at 2 a.m. a light bulb went off, and I went for the extreme of let's just give out free woodworking courses, and let's see what happens. And I mean, it's advanced so fast that I was in catch-up mode, I'd say, for probably the first 2.5 years. But it's been an amazing learning experience, and the community's been coming out like crazy to support it too. So it's been a blessing.
Yeah,
awesome.
I think that's been the craziest thing to me, because I've kind of followed your journey, Jamie, for a long time. I mean, since you started it.
Yep.
And the amount of support from the community has been crazy. Like, it all of a sudden snowballed from like, hey, this would be a cool idea, to like, oh crap, we need more instructors. We need instructors across the country. We need people to come do demonstrations at Hand Tool Haven in Pennsylvania. Like, it snowballed. And I don't think maybe you're too maybe you wouldn't say this, but I hope that this is what you hoped it would turn into.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know that you expected it, but I think this was the dream.
I thought that it would, take a while, because when you're starting a new company, nonprofit or not, when you're starting any kind of company, I mean, it takes a long time to build and grow that reputation, get the outreach out there and the marketing out there. And I think things kind of in my life started leading up to the marketing helped a little bit with, I have a small YouTube channel. I'm not going to talk about it. Small YouTube channel, but I think the networking really started there. So when I started Plain Wellness, I kind of already had an audience. And then Logan, you did the first article on us on the blog and in the magazine about Plain Wellness. And that was a huge jump. And then another company would step up and give us another huge jump. And kind of what I learned is this is something the woodworking community has been needing, because really before us, it was YouTube to learn woodworking, where you don't really get direct feedback, or the expensive in-person woodworking courses. There wasn't really anything virtual, and there wasn't really anything where if you have a diagnosis or disability, it's free, completely free. All you got to do is show me proof, and it's free. So I think the ability to make learning woodworking more accessible was very much needed in the community, and I think that's why they believed us and supported in us and pushed us forward as fast as it's happened. I mean, it's crazy. I don't even know how to explain how we've literally gone from just a random person, me, idea, to now we have a whole team of people, and we have these giant events, and we're going to be in a Mortise and Tenon magazine. We got a shout out from Nev Jones. Like, I would have never thought that would have happened in 3 years now? It's been almost 3 years.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, and completely selfishly,
wow,
I have gained a few contributing writers through Jamie, and they're shaping up to be some of my top writers.
They are.
So, I mean, hey, it's full circle, man. I love it.
Well, and that's the idea too. And I don't know how to say this appropriately, so everybody knows I'm blunt, so I'll just be blunt. There's a lot of woodworkers in the community that it's all about themselves. That's all they care about. They care about how big their name gets. If you're not as big as their name, they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to interact with you. And I am so against that elitist type mentality, that I fully believe that if we learn together, we grow together. So you help me out, I'm going to help you out. We help each other out, because that's what the community needs, especially in this world, in this day and age. We need more of that. We need people building each other up, not knocking people down because it's competition or whatever the case may be. So spot on. It goes full circle. Shane, Albert are amazing. So I'm glad that I think those are the two you're talking about, if I can say.
And I got a couple more in the works too.
Do you? Good.
I do. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So I have to make some phone calls this week. So
okay.
But I've been in touch with a few more people. So it's been really cool.
Good.
And to be honest with you, it's as you said, you won't be as blunt as I will be. There are some people that are dicks, and the people that step up and step forward and say, "Hey, yeah, I'm willing to teach these classes at either free or at a very low cost." They're the type of people that I want to work with. Exactly. So yeah, it worked out.
I would have to say that's probably, I think it's an overused phrase, but like the silent majority of woodworkers already is that. And I think that probably speaks to why, your small spark kind of ignited quickly, is because as woodworkers, we already see that connection, whether it's getting together with another woodworker or a small club, or like how many woodworkers do projects and give them away, like we're already a generous group, I would think, as a whole.
Yep.
So that once you make like that, hey, how about, it's really not that hard if we kind of connect a little bit. And it's like, yeah, because I'm doing that.
Yep.
And we already see the benefit of, my wife can tell me, she's like, you're a better person when you get more shop time.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. And we needed more of that, because woodworking is not easy to learn. Of course, there are aspects that are easy to learn, but when you really start getting into building projects, it's not easy to learn. I don't know how many dovetail videos I watched to try to learn dovetails, and it still just never clicked until James taught a course with us about cutting dovetails, and now it's clicked. I'm still not somebody to teach them, but they're much better. You know, so if we can increase the accessibility to learning woodworking, the students are going to experience more peace, joy, and accomplishment in the shop, which again makes them better persons, just like you were saying. So I think that's what was needed. We needed an easier ability to learn without having to pay a whole bunch of money and to travel somewhere and take time off of work and do all this kind of stuff. Now, I will say on that note, of course, in-person courses are the best. If you can get out to an in-person course, that is the best way to learn. But if you don't have that option, there was nothing else for you other than YouTube. So live virtual courses was the happy medium that the community needed, and we're delivering that.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of elaborate on those courses for a minute, because there are virtual courses that people can join. Obviously, there is a mission behind what you're doing, so there are some requirements for those to get those courses and stuff. But then there are also in-person courses as well. You know, Shay just finished one in his shop, last week or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago now, yep.
And, how many of those in-person classes are you guys doing, and where are you doing those?
Yeah, so I'd say we probably, about 80% of our courses are virtual. The remaining 20% are in person. Currently, we have 4 different in-person locations. We have Timberville, Virginia with Shay. Fairfax, Virginia is Nova Labs Makerspace. We have Christopher Sexton out of there. Laurel, Maryland is Albert Klein. And then we have James Wright in Rockford, Illinois. And the idea behind having multiple what we call satellite locations is in-person courses are the best. So I want to have satellite locations throughout the nation so that there's somewhere close that a student can go to. So this year, I haven't officially announced it yet, but this year in July, we're going to be having Detroit, Michigan. I'm hoping to add Arizona. There's a potential to add a place in Texas, because we want locations everywhere. So that way they don't have to maybe get a hotel. Maybe it's within a few hours that they can travel to and from the course.
Sure. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all the courses, they go from, we've done almost everything. From this is how you sharpen a plane iron or how you use a plane, to building a stool like we did with Shay, or this is how you carve. We've done topics across the board from beginner to advanced. Some of them are skill building, learning how to use a tool, where other ones are actual builds where you build together. And both of those can be virtual in person. Of course, I'm not going to say let's build a giant hutch virtually, but we can do small boxes and end tables and stuff like that virtually.
Awesome.
So in addition to the courses, you also have some events as well.
Yes, because if you know nonprofits, they do something that's called a gala. You're supposed to get all fancy in a suit and tie, and you go to have this fancy dinner, and most of our community don't like putting suits and ties on. And so we decided instead we wanted to essentially have a handworks type event on the East Coast. So we have Hand Tool Haven, where we have a bunch of different vendors. This year we stepped it up a notch, and we have a whole bunch of demonstrators going on. We have 14 different demonstrators. And then the big fundraising part for us is, of course, the ticket sales, and then the raffles and the silent auctions that we'll have there. So
cool.
Huge fundraising event, but it's also getting the community together, because most woodworkers are introverts. We're alone in our shop most of the time, and we love it there. But if we can meet other woodworkers in person, a lot of us turn into extroverts. So being able to get people together so they can break out of their shell a little bit is good too.
Sure. And when is this one?
This one is May 16th and 17th in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Okay. So still time to sign up.
This fool will be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, so Popular Woodworking, Fine Woodworking, and Woodsmith are sponsoring the event.
Yep,
and then
we sure are.
We have 3 different people with you that are going to be demonstrators at the event.
Yeah, I need to look at...
Because Shay and Albert are technically kind of with you guys, so they're speaking at the event.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Brian DeYoung, Amanda Russell, formerly of Fine Woodworking, will be there as well. And Is Elizabeth coming in for that or no? Elizabeth Weber.
Ever? No, I wish.
Okay. Yeah.
What I think I'm going to do next year, and this is something that I'm trying to figure out how to go about, because the way that we do the sponsorships for the events, because our sponsors are really they make the event possible, because they pay the biggest amount to help us pay for the venue. So they get first dibs on the speaker spots as kind of like a thank you. But what I want to do for next year is, after the sponsors have had a shot, I want to open it up to our teachers and have our teachers do the demonstration, have our teachers do the presentations, because a lot of our teachers are fantastic people and fantastic teachers. They just don't have that big of an audience because they're not, a big name company or one of the elitists or anything like that. So I think that's what I want to do more for next year. I'm going to try to convince Elizabeth to come out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. She's great.
She's fantastic.
So this year's speakers at Hand Tool Haven are Dave Fisher, Jeff Lefkowitz, Chris from Temple Tool, James Wright, Vic Teslin, Don Williams, Shay Alexander, Amanda Russell, Joshua Clark, Dan from Carbon Method, Brian DeYoung, Albert Klein, Jamie, and myself. So it'll be fun.
Yep, huge.
It's hilarious because, I mentioned earlier that the community really got behind you, but truly, these are people we all hang out with. It's the community that really makes it. So it's cool getting together with everybody and seeing everybody, because they're just all good people.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And it's I think Christopher Schwartz with Lost Art Press said it the best, because he's sponsoring next year's event. And I asked him if he wanted to be a speaker, and he said, nope, I want the younger people there. Basically saying that, he's done it for years. Let's start getting the next generation involved, because we need younger woodworkers. And I think a lot of our speakers, most of them are the younger population. So I'm happy to see that mix in there.
Except that Vic guy.
Yeah.
He's ancient. I hope he listens to this.
If not, I'm going to send him the clip.
There you go. Yes. Yeah.
No, hold on. We don't have his contract yet for Woodworking in America. Hold on. Wait.
Just a couple weeks on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm biased, of course, but I don't know how you can look at that, the speaker line, all the different vendors that we have. We all have everything from vintage tools to maker-made tools. We have some people coming out that make their own planes, make their own chisels, marking squares, make gauges, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be amazing.
Yep. Yeah. So running through the vendors real quick, not to make this a complete Handle Haven pitch, but I love this event. So
thank you.
I'm gonna run through the vendors quick. Lee Valley Veritas, Pop Wood, Hyper Kitten Tools, some company named Alexander Brothers, Carbon Method, Temple Tool Company, Dave Fisher's there, Jeff Lefkowitz, New Heritage Woodworks, who I have to get in touch with about some articles.
Yep.
Yeah, he is. Eric Meyer Maker. We got Lake Erie coming in. They make some of the nicest wooden vices you will ever see. I also love their Magna Cut hand plane blades.
Yep.
Then we got Tony at Hillview Tool, one of my favorite boutique bespoke makers, Wendell Castle Workshop. Is that who's coming out from Wendell Castle? Is it going to be? It is Ken. Yep, cool. We had Ken here for WIA last year.
Yes.
Which was 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Last year. Yeah.
2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Matt Cottrell will be there for Cottrell Tool and Woodworks. I just had some of his texturing punches in the next issue.
They're amazing.
So
right?
good. They're so good.
Yes, I was about those.
Yeah, they are awesome. I'll grab them in a second to show them off to the radio audience. We got TBP Toolworks, Gordon Addison, Bear Handcraft, Mike Orr.
I don't know. It's just he gave me his business name, but it's just his name.
Yep.
He's a digital guy. Yeah.
Yep. Iron Bridge Tools, the woodworking group. We got our boys at Blue Spruce Tool Works will be there. I'm guessing Jared and George are going to come down for that. And probably will. Yep. Sterling Tool Works, Just Plain Fun. Corneth Woodworks, Big John's Antique Tools. Don't tempt me with a good time. I love me some antique tools. This is one that I am giddy about. Okay. So full disclosure, to shame Phil, he's a Dave Fisher fanboy. So we were talking about maybe bringing Phil out with us, and I said, you just can't squeal when you meet Dave Fisher. That's the only thing you can't do.
I make no promises.
I know. This one,
Just let me record it.
Yeah, this one is my squeal.
Okay.
The Plumer Foundation, which is a foundation of ornamental turners. Like,
All right.
engine lathes, rose engine lathes, like, oh my gosh.
Boy.
Yeah. I already sent David a message like, hey dude, like I'm gonna be that obnoxious guy just hovering around you the entire weekend. Heads up. So, which will be cool. We got E-Mark Tools, Best in the East Vintage Tools, and Buckeye Vintage Tools. So last year it was super cool. There was I will say I was extremely proud of myself. I only brought 2 tools home last year, and they were from Tony at Hillview.
That's fair.
One was for my wife, one was for me. So the amount of like vintage tools there and nice vintage tools was amazing. So yeah, it's a good time.
I'm surprised you only left with 2. Did you not get planes from Dave Corinth?
No, I didn't.
Did you see them?
I saw them. I saw everything. I was very disciplined. Let's call it discipline.
There you go. Which is unusual for Logan in around
Yeah.
old tools like that.
He won't this year. He won't be able to help himself this year.
Probably not.
There's going to be too much good stuff.
Yeah. Willpower goes down after a little while.
Absolutely.
But
That
this
would be-
year, this year it is different though, because there's 2 days.
Yep.
There's 2 days.
We
So-
made it bigger and better. That was the biggest complaint I got is it's only a 1-day event. But I mean, we had people coming from all over the place still, but that was the biggest complaint is that it was only a 1 day. So this year, 2 days for sure.
Yeah, well, and I'm just pointing out, like, my willpower has to last through 2 days this year, and the likelihood just went down by 50%.
It's not going to. Just accept your fate.
I know.
Yeah. Maybe what you do is bring along like a tote of your own stuff.
Oh.
And then it's like a 1 in, 1 out kind of thing.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Which actually
do it as like
means,
a Logan Whitmer boot sale sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just
in the popular woodworking, fine woodworking woodsmith booth.
yes.
Okay, I don't know it. Oh, we did talk about the date. So this is in May. So this is May 16th and 17th. I was going to say, which means that I need to get some stuff restored here in the next couple of weeks if I'm doing that. And I'd have to pack it all in a suitcase unless I drive, which
just drive.
Long
How
drive.
far is that for you?
It's not a long drive.
14
Good
hours?
golly.
That's not bad. I'm driving to Texas in September.
Yeah.
18 hours.
Well.
You got this.
I mean, yeah.
It's worth it because you're going to want to fill the car and bring stuff back.
To be fair, there is very, very nice vintage machinery in that area too.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
I know this.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, Pennsylvania is really good at the marketplace tools. Facebook marketplace tools are fantastic.
heck
Yeah.
Yeah. It's disappointing living here in Iowa for that reason. Like there's a lot of great things about Iowa, my adopted state here, but the ability to find tools the way that folk out on the eastern part of the United States seem to find them is kind of ridiculous.
Yep. Yeah. Then you have to come to Hand Tool Haven then.
Yeah.
You need to get like exposure to tools now. So. You may.
I was thinking Logan doesn't have to, you don't have to fix up all of your tools because then you have like levels. There's like premium Whitmer, just like another level.
Trunk premium.
Premium, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd have to add that as one of your vendors, Chunk of Trunk.
Yeah. See, the problem is, I can't bring lumber out with me because then I'd be competing with Shay. We can't do that.
I think you can.
I think you can.
Yeah.
Bring the good stuff. He usually has domestics. Bring other stuff.
There you go.
Well, I only saw domestics. I'm only the best Iowa hardwood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I saw mine though. He only dries his. Although he does he does hire a logger and stuff, so which is unfair.
Yeah. But you
But
saw that's special.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
No,
So Shay's listening to this right now and he's thinking, yeah, there's really no competition. Yeah.
Shay doesn't
It's
have
not
time for this crap.
Yeah.
No, he's extremely busy. In a good way, though. In a good way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. He's doing what? Hickory bark weaving?
Yeah. So
Is he bringing the machine?
no, I don't
I'm
think
not going to
so.
say it publicly because he has so many people bothering him about that. Where's the bark? Is the bark ready? Is it ready to go?
I don't think so. So okay,
Hook it up. Bring it along.
we're gonna kind of throw Shay under the bus here for a second because I want to make Albert,
Because he doesn't have time
proud.
for us, apparently.
No, and I want to make Albert proud. Just make sure we throw a little shade at Shay.
Yeah.
Not shade at all. It's just Shay was talking when I was out there. When was I out there? A couple months ago. Anyways, I was out there and he was talking about having a hickory bark weekend at his place, where it's like a harvesting party, and I'm like, ooh, color me interested. Yeah, it'd be super cool. So I don't know if he's set anything in stone yet, but make sure you guys all reach out to Alexander Brothers and send emails like about the hickory bark party, because we're gonna make this thing happen.
And if you
I'll
don't
put a
hear
link
back,
to-
email again in like 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll put a link to it in the show notes page for the to be determined date on that hickory bark harvest
Yes.
party.
Perfect.
So,
Yes, I love
with
it.
an email and web link on there. So you want to make sure that you continue to do that.
And if you don't hear from him within that second email, let me know and I'll get you his cell phone number so you can call him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That is the way.
That's great.
Yeah.
Too funny. Jamie, what kind of woodworking do you do then?
Lately, I've been making mini planes.
Oh,
Little mini, so I'm kind of mixing a Japanese and a Western style. So I'm using a Western style iron and wedge, but I'm making the body Japanese style. So it's just square chop out method.
Okay. All right.
Because I enjoy. I'm a tool nerd. I think more than I am a woodworker. I enjoy testing out different tools, trying out different tools, comparing tools, all that kind of stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to make my own planes, but that's something that I can usually, the little mini ones, I can crank one of those out in the weekend because I don't get much shop time now. So when I do get shop time, it's fun to go down and finish a project to feel accomplished versus trying to build a table and it takes me half a year because of the limited shop time. So that's been my go-to lately is mini planes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. They've been fun.
Wait till Jamie learns turning, because that's why.
I don't like the lathe.
No?
I have a lathe. I've turned bowls and vases and plates and all kinds of things on the lathe, and I'm not a fan. And I know that's surprising, but I had a bad experience with black palm. Have you ever turned black palm?
I have not.
Okay, not fun because it likes to splinter like crazy. So I had a giant chunk go off and go into my finger, and I said,
Nice.
I don't think this is for me.
Okay.
So I only keep it now if I have to turn a little knob or something like that. Other than that, it's...
There you go. Yeah, if a tool starts to actively come after you, then I think that is definitely a sign.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh.
Although I was here for Logan having a platter self-destruct on it. I mean, it could not have been any worse than...
Well, okay.
Like, there's that scene in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, when they blow up the Enterprise and you just see it. It was kind of like that.
Did you catch it on video?
We did not, although we do have video of Logan trying to turn a bowling ball at one point.
Yeah, that was bad.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
We have well, okay.
Why not?
Well, yeah, why not?
Fair.
People turn bowling balls, but they're not vintage bowling balls because vintage bowling balls are filled with concrete, and when you find the concrete, you can't get through it.
Yeah, fair.
We do have video of me blowing up a hollow form, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yep,
it just kind of just blew up somewhere. It was I think it's at Becky's house because it didn't actually break. Like I was able to finish it, but it just no, that was a bowl I think that I blew up, and I kind of knew it was sketchy, so I was staying out of the way. You know, it's just all that knowledge that you have to gain. Like, hey, this is probably sketchy. Let's stand over here.
How does one gain sketchy knowledge, Logan?
Experience.
Yeah, but experience
Things
in doing
exploding in
sketchy
his
things.
face.
Yeah. There's also the I don't like the look of this shellac. Let's flash it off with some fire to see if we can just
Start
It was
over.
It was denatured alcohol, and that bowl is sitting behind my door right now. It burned for a long time.
That one was really funny.
No,
Hey, you know what? If I search vintage woodworking tools in Butler, Pennsylvania, the first thing that pops up is a Handle Haven ad. Look at
we're
that.
hitting marketing like crazy. I'm not even going to lie to you. We've been going nuts with it because so as a nonprofit, we get Google advertising for free, and we actually just got permission for not only the Plain Wellness site because we've been having that, but the Handle Haven website now. We're able to use some of our Google grant money for that, so that's been launched. We have Facebook ads going. We have 9 different companies sending out flyers to their buyers. So I mean, I'm hoping
What
1,000 people.
What did I just get? I just got a Blue Spruce shipment that had flyers in it, and I did the dad thing. I'm like, hey boys, look at this piece of paper, and I had my picture on it.
That's awesome.
They're like, you're a nerd. I'm like, yep, 100%.
I should give you last year's banner so you can have the banner with your face on it.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Shop art.
Yep.
There we go.
But then I'd become one of those egotistical woodworkers that's all about me.
Okay. We'll save it then, and I'll hang it up in the museum for you.
Oh, thank you.
I should talk about. Do you know about the woodworking retreat? Have we talked about this yet?
No, I haven't.
No.
Oh, so that's like the whole Plain Wellness, not the whole goal, but that's another huge goal that we have is to build an actual woodworking retreat facility.
I knew this. Yep.
Okay.
Students would come out to us. They would stay on site in mini cabins so we could woodwork during the day, have campfires at night. We also want to build our own event center and a museum. So that way it can literally be a woodworking retreat. So
Yeah,
Wow.
I knew that. And you have looked at several properties. I've seen this.
Yes. The
I
goal
know there was.
is to secure a piece of land. Did you see about the school?
No.
Oh, the school was looking so good. It was a huge building that could literally house everything we wanted to. And then the lot was about 18 acres, but I'd say there was probably about 8 more acres that we could still build on if we wanted to.
Yeah.
The realtor was shady. The realtor was shady and playing games, so I turned away from that one.
Uh-oh.
We'll find
I saw one that you had posted that looked really good on paper, but it was like super hilly or something. Yeah, it was like ravines, which is kind of what my property is. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
the Plain Wellness ropes course.
You got a zip line up and down from there. Yeah. Carry your tools with you. No, we'll find something. That's the goal is to secure a piece of land this year. And then it's like a 5 to 9 year building plan. So start with the workshop, then the cabins, then the event center, so on and so forth until we build everything that we want to build. Unless, I mean, if somebody calls me tomorrow and says, here's $2 million, go have fun, we'll start tomorrow. You know?
So for all of you people listening that have $2 million burning a hole in your pocket that you need a tax write-off,
this way.
there it is.
Right.
Yep. But we are tapping into grants now. Because the only grant we really got was one that we didn't apply for. We were nominated for Lost Out Press and the Rhizium Foundation. Have you talked to the Rhizium Foundation yet?
I haven't. Nope. I saw your post about it. I haven't reached out to Chris yet.
You might want to, because what they're doing, from my understanding, what they're doing is going to be really cool, and it's for the maker community. So that was a side note. But yeah, so we got a grant from them, but we're actually starting to work with a grant writer to really tap into that grant funding, because all of our funding so far has been proceeds from the standard students paying for courses, and then donations. We have a merch line, but I mean, it was like $1,700 last year in merch, so we can't really consider that much of anything yet. But yeah. So I'm excited to see what grants can bring.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it'll open more doors for us. But
so let me ask you this, Jamie, kind of as your long-term goal. Do you see yourself at some point quitting your day job and taking over Plain Wellness full-time, day-to-day operations?
Yeah, and I hope it's tomorrow.
Cool.
Let me explain why I said that. That was like word vomit, but let me explain why I said that. And hopefully my current employer is not watching this video.
They're not, don't worry.
But the amount of hours that I volunteered for Plain Wellness last year was more than the average person works at a full-time job. Yeah. And I'm doing that on top of a full-time job that's paying my bills. Yeah. So, I mean, it's 12 to 18 hours a day on the computer every single day. So the goal eventually is to technically right now, with the amount of funding that we have saved, because we want to make an endowment, I could become full-time. I could take that money and accept a paycheck, but I don't want us to be CEO broke. I don't want us to be in any kind of risk for me to just accept a paycheck when the way we have things now is working. But hopefully next year, we are working on increasing the merchandise line. We're going to work on having our events be bigger. We are adding more teachers. So hopefully we can start getting more income from these different revenue streams. So next year I can quit my job and become full-time, because it's definitely already a full-time job. So
Sure.
that is the goal. But I'm also very transparent. So as soon as that happens, I'm going to be making announcements all over the place about it, so everybody knows.
Sure. Cool.
Yeah, we do have, I guess I could probably haven't formally announced this either, but I'm excited. We're going to have our first paid contractor who's going to be one of our administrative staff. He is the COO, and we're going to be paying him $1,500 a month starting on April 1st. And I know people are going to argue, well, if you want to be paid, why aren't you the first one? He has way more knowledge in operations and in fundraising and in marketing and in just organization of everything, that it made more sense for him to become exclusive with us and be the first contractor, so he can really step up the mission and get it advanced. But I did tell him his main job is to make sure I can be full-time soon. So he knows going in, that's his mission. He's got to make sure that happens.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that can be the biggest, probably I've done some nonprofit work early in my career too. And it feels like you are pulled in about 8,000 different directions in terms of like being on task with the mission of the organization.
Yep.
But then there's all these little side quests of fundraising and financial audits and keeping track of all the, people that you're involved with so that they're all connected, and donors and
Well, that's the really cool thing that's changed over the years is, I mean, it literally started out as a one-man show, and then we started adding people here and there. But now we have 4 different committees. Like, we have a Hand Tool Haven committee. So they're helping me plan the event, and they all have tasks that they're going to be working on. We have a finance committee that goes over all of the budgets, and we actually just added a CFO. I haven't announced yet, but we did just add a CFO the other day. So he's going to really take over a lot of the financial stuff. We have an operations strategy committee that comes up with the high level marketing, merchandise, all that kind of stuff. And then we have an operations committee that does all of the execution of what the strategy committee comes up with. Then, of course, we have a board. And then we have a whole bunch of moderators that help with the courses. So, I mean, it's really expanded into a whole team of people that have been able to take a lot of that stuff off my shoulders. So I can really focus on the main core of the mission and then little outreach here and there. I mean, it's been a blessing seeing everybody come together and just work towards the common goal.
Yeah. Well, and being able to find people so that it's not the same core group of people, like where the operations committee is exactly the same as the financial committee and is actually the same as the.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep, exactly. And that's one of the things that I learned specifically in the Hand Tool Haven committee, because last year's event I planned by myself, and that was not a good choice. And I learned my lesson with that. So I still think it went well. Anybody can argue. I still think it went well, but it was not a good choice to do all of that on my own. And now I have a committee of people that they're just the ideas they come up with that you can't come up with it all on your own. So everybody having different ideas, different opinions. We have great discussions of determining, what do we do for X, Y, and Z? I think that teamwork has been just so cool. Cool to be a part of a team like that, because most time at your full-time job you don't get teams like that, at least in the field that I work in. So being able to do that for the nonprofit has just been amazing to see.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be presenting on, Logan?
So I am doing a specialty wood finishes, which would be cool. So we're going to do some gilding. We're going to do some coloring. We're going to do some traditional finishes. So stuff like that. It'll be cool. A little bit different than the standard stuff that I do demonstrations on. But there are other people that are doing those demonstrations. So it's like, let's do something different. So
I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We have top people across the board too, which is cool to see.
Yeah. It is going to be interesting because I've never tried to bring a map gas torch on a plane with me. So we're going to see how that goes.
Just one of the little yellow ones?
Yeah.
I could bring you one. You don't need to try to.
That would take all the fun away on all the excitement.
You just don't put it in your check bag or your carry-on bag.
Carry-on, yeah.
If you need one, let me know. I can bring one too. That's
all the fun and excitement, like the call that Jamie gets. Hey, Jamie, this is Logan. I'm in jail, and I might not make my presentation.
Yeah, you should just drive. Because then again,
I know, right?
Back with you.
That's true.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. We have good. I'm excited to see the raffle and auction items that we get too, because we get some really unique stuff. I mean, I have them sitting right here because I haven't been able to take pictures yet. We got a set of 18 Varel hollows and rounds planes.
Ooh.
Match set. So I'm really excited to see what those go for because it's not common. I don't think they're common. I don't know enough about hollows and rounds, but that was a cool donation. And then New Heritage.
Yep.
Have you seen his profile scrapers?
Oh, yeah, I have some here. I bought them at Woodworking in America.
Yeah, so we got stuff like that. I
didn't
get a set when I was at Woodworking in America. Red Rose took my money that time. But this New Heritage, so I needed the floats. So, no, stuff like that. Like he donated an OG plane, a whole set of the profile scrapers.
Nice.
What else we have? What was TBP? I never remember his acronyms. He makes marking gauges and marking knives and tri-squares and stuff like that too. So he said that he's going to work on making a special edition one that's going to go for raffle and auction.
Oh, nice. That'd be cool.
So I'm excited. Hopefully he picks Bacote. You know about my Bacote obsession? Bacote is the best wood that's ever existed. I think it's the most beautiful wood in the world. But it smells awful. It smells like pickles.
I will fight you on that. You clearly have not cut into that boxwood I sent you home.
I haven't. I haven't to mention it because I haven't been able to even. I keep looking at it, but I've not cut into it yet.
Yeah, the boxwood's the best plane to ever be invented, or the best wood. Yeah. We'll no, it's cool. So Steven and I, speaking of New Heritage, Steven and I have been working on. I need to connect with him. We've been trying to connect with each other for months now to try to get something on the books to go out there. But he makes some really nice tools. Red Rose makes some beautiful tools too. Like they were next to each other, which is funny. Like walking into Woodworking America last year, you're like, oh, cool. We got like, Jet Powermatic. We had Old Masters. We had Craig. We had some CNC companies. And then in the back, we had Carbon Method was in the way back, but then we had New Heritage and Red Rose were like right next to each other, and they kind of make the same things.
Yeah, they do.
Those two are like best buddies. Like they would. I'm like, you guys like talk to the clients, not each other, which was great.
The good thing about them though is it's not the Don't look at people as competition all the time.
No. It was funny. Yeah, they were. Well, it's funny because they were over there talking to each other like, oh, that's how you do the escapement on this plane, and that's how I do mine. And it's like, oh, I see why that works. And it was super cool to see that collaboration and stuff. But no, I did. I bought a pair of an entire set of the scrapers from Steven for the profiles. Great. I mean, so simple. And it's just one of those things like I can make that in my shop. I have better things to do. And like for what this is, here's my money.
That's exactly it. I'm the same way when it comes to like jigs and scrapers, and I'd rather just buy them so I can use them versus spending my whole day making scrapers or floats. Yeah. You can make your own floats, but I don't want to go through that process. I tried one and I file and I said, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab my scraper so the radio viewers can see this.
There we go. Yes.
That's how excited he is about those scrapers.
They're awesome though. Have you seen them yet?
I think I saw them, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. So
they're profiled to all the different hollows and rounds. So you can just easily grab them.
Yeah. They're hardened. So there's I bought 4 sizes. So there is a hollow and a round for each size. So after you're done cutting a profile, you can just run these down and clean them up. Which is awesome. And because I was out there, these are Matt Cottrell's punches. So there's the set.
Yep.
They are, so for anybody that's ever done any carving, It's very popular. I literally just moved my last carving off of these. I should have brought it in here. A lot of times you texture the background. So it's like you do a shell carving, you texture the background, it makes the shell pop off. So like these punches are, that is not going to focus on there, but like they are unbelievable.
We'll post some photos of them on the show notes page. So
they're in the next issue of Popular Woodworking that goes to the printer next week. But like there's a bunch of different profiles, like round ones that are kind of like starburst shapes, like so well made for a one man tool manufacturer that's making these kind of by hand in his shop. These things are so well made.
Yep. He's got good attention to detail with that stuff.
He does.
I've known him for a while, so.
Yeah, and he makes some really, really nice. The first time I actually was introduced to Matt was through Jamie, and he makes some really nice waxes. So, Yep.
The furniture wax and the plain wax. I like that he puts in like a chapstick container.
Yeah, it's like a chapstick tube, a cardboard chapstick tube.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like a Jolly Green giant size chapsticks. It's like, I don't know, like an inch in diameter.
Yes, and this is how much of a nerd I am. I actually tested his plain wax to see if it lasted longer than the other ones that are out there.
Oh. You're a nerd.
Yeah, I'm a complete nerd. I actually kind of helped him. I don't know that I helped him develop the formula, but I did a lot of the testing for him. So I tested them all to see how many swipes, how long it would last, and his lasted longer than any of the other waxes I had tested. Yeah. So it's... Yeah.
So like a push pop, is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like a small push pop, that would leave you wanting more.
Yeah,
I don't have it up here. Nope.
But where you can have a second and you're okay with it.
Yeah. He'll be there. He'll have his wax too at Hansel Haven. Did you see the turkey plane?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did. Is it the drumstick plate? Is that what it is called?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because he was designing and he goes, that kind of looks like a turkey. So he added a little head to it. And I just think he's very creative. He does fantastic work. Sometimes it's a little out there, but that's his style. So
yeah, for sure. That's Eric Meyer. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be one of the door prizes for Saturday. I think it is.
Yep.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Albert, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he said that his pre-sale door prize is going to be his high vice and Moxon vice combination, and the winner gets both.
Ooh, that's expensive there.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're nice.
Yeah.
I have featured them in Popular Woodworking magazine.
Yep.
So if you don't win it, you can build your own.
Yes. Shea Alexander sells the kits.
He does.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. They're like Batman and Robin there. I don't know which one's which.
I'd say probably Batman and Joker.
Yeah, that's right. Well played, sir. Well played.
They hate each other at the same time.
Frenemies.
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
No, they're good. I love watching them go back and forth with each other on Instagram. They just dog on each other all the time. It makes my day.
It was a delight to have them here for Woodworking in America to see the show in person.
Yep. They're always amusing to watch.
Yeah. They are, I believe, returning for Woodworking in America 2026 as well, which will be awesome.
We are too.
I'll
tell you that.
And Jamie is too. Yeah. Well, you said you did. There was another event at the same time, and you said we were way cooler, and I said, yeah, those guys are nerds.
That's right. We'll be there. We're going to. Are you going to be at Handworks?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
it's like an hour and a half from us. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's right. No, so we're going to in September. The beginning of September, we're going to Handworks. The end of September, we're going to Texas Woodworking Festival. And then shortly after that, we're going to Woodworking in America back to Iowa.
Yep. Nice.
We're excited.
Yep. I will, unfortunately, it was funny. Albert was asking me, he's like, hey, you going to be in Texas? And I was like, oh, I think actually I'm doing a demo in Texas. So I think so. And then I was talking to our ad guy, and he's like, yeah, you're doing the demo in Texas, right? And I'm like, yeah, except it's at the same time our Sweden trip is. So I am not.
Oh, okay.
So I think either I think Mike Pekovich may be doing it. Either Mike or maybe Will. We'll see from Fine Woodworking. So
Yeah. It'll be all right.
yeah.
Did you go last year? Because I've never been
I
to
did.
one before. Is it cool?
I did, yeah. It is. It's very cool. So I know Austin Waldo that puts it together. He's written some stuff for me, which reminds me I need to get he owes me copy on something. So that's his penance for us talking about the Texas Woodworking Festival right now. That's how he's paying for this. But no, I did. I went last year. Actually, our Alex, our ad director, and we did a loop. We were in Ohio for a couple of days, and then we flew down to Austin for the show. Okay. And I think we got there like Friday night at 6. The show was the next 2 days, but our flight was like at 1:30 on Saturday. So it's like we were there for like 4 hours. Great show. Yeah, it's a great show. It gets a lot of foot traffic. It was interesting. There's a lot of vendors there, so anybody in the Texas area that wants to stop by and see it, there's a lot of vendors there. There's a lot of demos and stuff that goes on. I think they probably have. Oh man, I don't know how many vendors they have. I would say 100 probably. Yeah, it's pretty big. And he had several thousand people go through. It was interesting though. I had a few of the people from our event tell us that there was more like sales volume done at ours than at the Texas one, because the Texas one is very cheap to get into. So it's like I think a couple bucks to get through the door. Don't quote me on that, but so it's easy to just go in and browse.
We also have more vendors. When you have that many vendors, the sales for each vendor is traditionally going to go down. When you have
for sure,
their sales go up. So it's a balancing act.
Yep. So the just to give Austin his little kick here, September 25th through the 27th in Austin, Texas. There is 199 days and 1 hour until it kicks off. He has a timer on there. So there is a bunch of there's a bunch of exhibitors there. So
I'm excited.
It is a good one. I caught up with a few guys there last year. Temple Tool, the Torment guys, David from Walrus Oil, Mullet was there, DJ and Mullet. So a lot of cool people to get there. Our booth, if anybody is stopping by, our booth is number 87, the AIM Woodworking Group. So we sponsor that show as well.
But you won't be there. So don't go
I
there.
won't be there. Yep, don't go there looking for me. Or maybe that's the reason to go, because I will not be there.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Don't want to see Logan in Denmark and Sweden? Go to Texas.
Yeah, that's right. So we are, speaking of Denmark and Sweden, we are closing in on our spots on that one. So for people that are interested.
Space is filling up. That's kind of cool.
Yep. I sold several tickets over the weekend. So join us. It is. When is it?
No, what is it? I'm out of the loop.
What is it? Oh, Jamie, you need to listen to our podcast.
I'm still the loop on that.
So last year we started off these woodworking tours in Europe. This started through our gardening magazine, where they sell tickets to their subscribers to go on basically gardening vacations, where it's like, go spend a week with us in England, in Italy, in Spain, and we're going to spend an entire week going through gardens, like these big, giant, magnificent gardens. Yeah. And they've had a ton of success with them. They sell them out. So we said, can we make that work for woodworking? Like, can we put enough things together in a week in a particular location, woodworking centric, and make it work? So last year, Phil and Mike Pekovich took 20 some odd people to England and toured England for a week. So it was, visiting woodworking shops, museums, stuff like that.
Schools.
Couple schools. Yeah, boxwood. You guys didn't get to do the boxwood plantation, but you did the arboretum, stuff like that. This year we're doing 2 of those trips. We are repeating England. So Mike Pekovich and John Benson from Fine Woodworking are going to England earlier in September.
Yeah.
And then Phil and myself are bringing a group of people to Denmark and Sweden on a woodworking vacation, I guess. So yeah, we're hitting our regular listeners. Those 3 people are like, oh, they're talking about it again, again. But yeah, we're hitting like a Viking ship museum in Copenhagen where they're doing like Viking ships with like time correct or period correct tools and techniques. And I'm pretty sure you get to grab an adze if you want and start hewing beams, which is pretty sweet. There is a tool museum right there as well that we're hitting. We're hitting a bunch of Danish modern type of museums and manufacturers.
And a shop, yeah.
Yep, and then we are heading into Sweden, Gransforth Brooks, the forges of Gransforth Brooks. We're going to visit those.
Schoberg workbenches.
Yep.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, so it'll be cool. It'll be super fun. So
I know you're going to keep talking. Where is it? Where do I go to find more information?
Where do you go? You go to.
I'm sorry, I haven't heard anything about it yet, but now I'm like hijacking it so I can learn more.
Woodsmith.com, and there'll be a link on there for the tours.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Or if you want to support Popular Woodworking, go to popularwoodworking.com and find the link there for our analytics.
I think I have to go to Popular Woodworking.
Thank you.
You guys haven't done an article on us.
That's right, we did. You're dang right.
Yeah.
So no, it would be cool. Looking forward. We are, like, Phil and I keep talking about it. Like, randomly, Phil just turned and looked at me. He's like, I'm so excited for this. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So
that would be so cool. That's a neat idea, too. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know, Jamie, how much you travel outside of the U.S. When I travel, and I know a lot of other woodworkers, when they travel with their spouses, like, that are very into woodworking and stuff like that, we all want to go, like, look at woodworking stuff, and our spouses never want to. Yep. Usually they don't want to. Yep. So this is the excuse to do it. And I would say probably, and this is for listeners as well, just so you guys know, because we get this question a lot, I would say probably 70% of our tickets that we've sold thus far are people with their spouses.
Oh, yeah.
So it is, a husband coming on the trip with his wife, and she is going to go see all the stuff. And this happened last year in England, and the spouses had just as good a time as the husbands.
That's awesome, then. That's good.
It was tons of fun. I think almost every part of it was enjoyable. Like, even the bus rides to get places where you're just kind of talking about the stuff that you're about to see or that you did see, or, just doing like a rapid fire Q&A with Mike and I about stuff that was in the magazine or our own work, or, just sharing stories. And
that's awesome. That's awesome. That's a really cool community experience too.
It is, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. So basically, people are buying the tickets through us. That includes everything ground to ground or airport to airport, except for a few meals. And obviously, I'm not buying your Gransforth Brooks axes. You have to buy your own, as I am. Yeah. But it is hotels, several meals, the bus ride, because we are traveling from Denmark into Sweden. So this one, it's funny because the group that we work with to put this together is a company located in the Netherlands that they specialize in this type of thing. They're like a tourism company. And they're like, hey, are you sure this is because we put the itinerary together. So these are things we wanted to see.
Yeah.
So they're like, are you sure this is the itinerary you want? Because there's a bunch of driving. It's like, yeah, that's like half the ride's half the journey.
Yep.
So it's, there are a couple days where we have longer bus rides. But it's through not Denmark and Sweden. Come on.
Right. Yeah. It's not like driving Western Illinois or something like that,
Yeah. Sorry to James Wright. That's your part of the country, sir.
Even he's got to know. That's the question that I have for James Wright is Western Illinois, when it rains, like, where does the water go? Because it's just flat. Like, I just don't.
Yeah. I mean, technically he's in Northern Illinois, but it's kind of the same.
Yeah,
thing.
but
It's the same thing.
It's right on the border there. Like once you leave the metropolitan area of Chicago and start heading west, it's like you can see into both the future and the past.
He's rarely there, though. Did you say how often he travels?
Yeah, they do cruises all the time.
He's always.
I know. It's funny. James has great. So James teaches some classes, and James. Yep, and James has written a few things for me. The last time I was there shooting, we wrapped up, and it's like, all right, we wrapped up pretty early. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna see if I can find an antique mall to go through. And he has a really good one right around the door from him that had a huge booth of tools. Again, I didn't buy anything, but pretty good. So
what is wrong with you? Why didn't you buy anything?
So I'm growing. The older I get, the more self-aware I become.
That's when you're supposed to start hoarding tools, though.
No.
That's when it starts, doesn't it?
No. You've never been into my shop. There's too much stuff in here.
Yeah, he's already got the hoarding part down.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday on the company chat, we were trying to get Logan to get a power hammer. So
why not?
Did you?
Why not?
No, absolutely not.
You should get one of those mini ones. Have you seen the mini ones?
Yeah. Actually, so, okay. I was in an antique store in Florida this last week, and what I found was it was $600. Very cool set. I did not buy it, but it was a set of small, I don't know, maybe 8-inch tall blacksmith tools that were all metalworking tools that were all steam engine line shaft driven. So it had a little steam engine that drove a little line shaft that drove this power hammer, a metal lathe, a vertical mill, a drill press. It was so cool. It didn't have the actual little steam engine with it. It was just the tools, but they were super cool. They were
that's neat. Did you take a picture?
Yeah. No, I didn't because
Dude, isn't that like your job?
Yeah, okay. Who invited Jamie on this podcast?
Yeah, right. That's like the sixth time he's called you out on something right now. It's like
I can't help it.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my!
He's not mad at you, Logan. Just disappointed.
I am. Yeah. That was a letdown.
Right.
I wanted to see a picture.
I know. I'm sorry. They were cool though.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever know, though.
I don't think it exists now. I don't think it was actual. Yeah. I don't think it was a real thing because I've never seen one and we have no picture. So
maybe it was a figment of my imagination.
You dreamt it.
Yep.
Talk about the Rose machine.
Okay.
Because I don't understand it.
Okay. I don't either. That's why I need to talk to David. No, I do. So the Plumer Foundation that's going to be at Handle Haven, they are a group. Are they a secret society? I don't know. But maybe that really specializes in ornamental turning. Ornamental turning is usually done with a ornamental lathe, sometimes called a rose engine lathe. And the difference is, compared to a standard lathe, it moves in several axes at once. So, and you can use hand tools with them like traditional turning tools, but generally you use a fly cutter with them. So imagine a lathe headstock that has a chuck on it that holds your workpiece. And instead of having a tool rest with a hand tool, a gouge up there, you have a little fly cutter. So it's more like a Dremel or a router than anything. And the old style ones were ran with big serpentine, like think of like O-ring style belts, super long rubber bands basically. And that makes the cutter spin. But what makes these things super interesting is that the headstock, instead of being fixed like on a standard lathe, the headstock moves in a couple of orientations depending on what modules you have engaged. So you have rosettes that are on the headstock that are roller follows, and that makes the headstock kind of lean forward and backwards in different pulses. Okay. In addition to that, you can have thrusting of the head. So you can have the head moving, basically, as the operator and you're standing there, it can be moving towards you and away from you in different rhythms. And it can also be oscillating left and right. And you can do this in all these weird combinations where, so the fly cutter itself is not moving. The fly cutter is just sitting there spinning. But the workpiece, as it rotates on the lathe at a fairly slow speed. So you're talking on a standard lathe, I'm turning stuff at 2000 RPM. Yeah. This is turning stuff at like 50 RPM. And the headstock is leaning towards you and away from you. And it's also thrusting in and out towards the cutter. So what you can produce is all these super intricate designs and repeated patterns on your workpiece through the fly cutter. So they're very interesting. I think on the surface, they're very complex. I don't think they're actually that complex once you understand and wrap your head around what exactly is happening there. There was a period of time, I'm going to throw out the 1800s. I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but there was a period of time where ornamental turning was like the gentleman's hobby. They were expensive. There were a few companies that made ornamental lathes, and those ornamental lathes that were made back then occasionally come up for sale, and they usually start about $45,000 and go up from there. But they're so cool. They're all brass and stainless steel, like they're super steampunk looking.
You almost get to the point where it's like, is it describing the lathe as being an ornamental lathe? Because they really are works of art.
They are. They're very cool. And I think so. What David's background is he's a clockmaker, I believe. So like this all kind of falls into that like clockmaking, watchmaking type of ecosystem. Yep. So I think it's where a lot of these people are coming from that are interested in these. So those ornamental lathes like that are available. There are also, so David was part of a team that put together they put together a lathe that they were selling. They may still be selling. There's a group of people that kind of put effort into reproducing this lathe. And those are pretty expensive as well. But there are plans out there for like the MDF rose engine lathe where you can make it in your shop out of MDF. And then that one uses actually some little servo motors and control boards and PLCs and stuff to control it. They're super cool. There's a guy, I'm following a guy on Facebook right now that I think he's in Spain or something like that he's 3D printing one. And I've like been begging him like, hey, share your files with me because man, this would be cool. And I've told Phil before, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, like this is the whole reason that I ended up getting all my metalworking stuff. This is why I got my vertical mill and my metal lathe, was to start working on my own ornamental lathe.
Good.
So
that would be really cool.
Yeah. So the problem is you can't just find plans for one. So I want a step-by-step woodsmith style like ornamental lathe that I can make out of metal, but I haven't found one yet. So we're working on it. This is part of what I'm going to pick David's brain about while we're in Pennsylvania.
I'm sure he had something. And did you visit his shop when you were out here last year?
No, I didn't. I didn't realize they were that close.
Oh yeah.
He told me, he's like, hey, I'd love to have you come by. I don't know if I have time because I do have flights booked already to come out there. If I drive though, I would have time.
Until you cancel and drive out there.
Yeah.
I know. So
you should.
We'll see.
You should drive.
We'll see. I know. Yeah.
Because then you can make a day
take
out
a
of
couple of a couple of woodsmith projects along for door prices.
That's true. Ooh.
I won't say no to that.
Okay. Maybe.
I'm just saying. Like as seen in Woodsmith magazine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. No, you should stop by a shop. I mean, it does look like a museum when you go see it. So
yeah,
I haven't been there yet, but just from looking at the pictures and what I've heard from I should go. I mean, I'm probably the closest to the shop out of everybody here. So
yeah. Yep.
All right, Jamie, thanks for joining us today. on the show. We'll have a link to both Plain Wellness and the Hand Tool Haven event. You can check that out, as well as some of the other events that we've been talking about on today's episode, where Jamie's going to be at them all. He is traveling the world.
8 different shows this year.
Wow. All right. There you go. Of course, we're going to have a link to our woodworking tours that we're doing to England and to Denmark and Sweden. So you want to check those out as well. The ShopNotes podcast thrives on feedback, questions, comments, and smart remarks. We want to hear about them. You can send that as an email, woodsmith@woodsmith.com. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, ShopNotes Podcast, and give us a review so it helps other woodworkers like the three of us find each other. It's all about finding people. That's what we're doing here. The ShopNotes Podcast is brought to you by the woodworkers at Woodsmith and Popular Woodworking Magazine. Special thanks to our editor, Nate Gruca, and to all of you listeners. We'll see you next week, everybody. Bye.